Hey, how's it going? Episode 24 of the I1 Practice podcast presented by Precision Sonar. My name is Donovan, and I am here with Joe and Ryan. Joe, Ryan, how's it going?
We're good.
Great. We are going to recap stage one at Guntersville for the Bass Pro Tour. And I will start off by saying I am extremely proud of us because I got to say, after last week's predictions, it kind of feels like we know ball. We all were kind of around in our predictions and feel pretty good about it.
We had some good predictions.
We absolutely did.
Some not so great, but
yeah.
We were flirting with it though.
Yeah. Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and talk about that. And then we've got a few more things we want to talk about afterwards, but let's go ahead and recap our picks. So for our top 10, Joe and I had Jake Lawrence. Not sure what happened. Just not the greatest day on Guntersville.
Tough tournament.
Yeah.
happens.
45th, finished in 45th. But Ryan hit his top 10 in the best spot possible. Drew Gill. He got
Friend of the program,
friend of the company, got the most top 10 spot he could first.
Yep.
The
mostest first. We all missed on our winner. Ryan, if he had switched his picks, would have hit because he had Banks Shaw, who ended up in 5th. Great pick. I had Chris Lane, which I want to hit on Chris Lane here in a second, but Joe had rookie angler Jacob Wheeler, who finished in 3rd, right behind Jacob Wall. I want to talk about Chris Lane for a second. After the knockout round, he had a gap of like 20 pounds, 20 pounds or something like that. I wish they had just called off the championship round, just stop the clock, let him finish in first. I was like, oh, he did great. He didn't report that he had a scoping period.
That was one of the predictions that I made as well, that there would be several guys that didn't scope. Not that was rocket science, but like Mark Davis, I think after the first 2 days didn't use his live scope at all. And I mean, he was right up there in the top 10 after the first 2 days. So
right.
That's what's neat about Guntersville.
Definite shallow bite.
Yeah.
And then for our weights, whatever drugs you guys were taking for that one, I would like to also buy because Ryan predicted 118 pounds, 12 ounces. He was over by 36 pounds, 8 ounces. Joe, 133 pounds and 6 ounces, over by 51 pounds and 2 ounces. And Drew Gill had a finishing weight of 82 pounds, 4 ounces. I guessed 82.2.
It's pretty impressive.
Pretty good.
And you were doubting yourself.
I was doubting myself.
But like we talked about, in that format, you really don't know.
Yep, 100%.
Like it could take 60 pounds or it could take 150 pounds.
What were the top weights for the other days?
Crazy high. The other 3 days, they were higher than, I think, 95, were they not? I think the lowest one was the championship round with 82.4. But I'll take it.
Hey, you got it.
Which we also talked about this time of year, weather conditions.
Yep.
There's a big cold front that came through, and that changed a lot of stuff.
100%.
Parking lot was warm, though.
The parking lot was warm.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah, 2 ounces. I'll go ahead and say it. That's probably the best guess I'll have for the season. It's only downhill from here.
I don't like that. You got to have confidence.
Yeah.
That's fair. You
started the season off great.
Yeah.
You're going to continue it that way.
Yeah. So not bad predictions from all of us, other than one outlier from me and Joe. But I'm excited to see what we do for the rest of the season. Let's get into the stat of who used no live scope, because you did hit on that last week. Day one, there were 4 anglers that didn't use it. It was Andy Montgomery, Mark Davis, like you said, Dustin Smith, and Takahiro Omori. Andy Montgomery in 8th after the first day, Mark Davis in 14th, and then Dustin Smith and Takahiro 34th and 46th, respectively. Mark Davis, again, didn't use it the second day. I guess Andy Montgomery did, and Wesley Strader didn't use it on the second day. But still 4 anglers on day 4. Do you think that number increases or decreases throughout the season?
Decreases,
yeah, for
you
sure.
Think so?
Yeah, they're not going to Guntersville for the rest of the year. So like that's what's, like we talked about, that's what's neat about Guntersville is you can do so many different stuff. Like here, I guarantee you, if they had that same tournament here this past weekend, everybody would have been using the scope at some point or another. Yeah.
I couldn't believe I fished a cold water event in last year, and it was, the water was like 45, 46, and I couldn't believe how many fish were shallow and aggressive. Like that lake's a little bit different, and it was probably more like 51 this time, 52. So definitely more fish up on the bank.
Interesting. Even in the knockout round, I already kind of mentioned it, but Chris Lane, who ended up in first through the knockout, didn't report using live scope. Neither did Mark Daniels Jr., who finished in second after the knockout round. So, but also in the knockout round, Dean, how do you say his last name? Dean Rojas, 23rd, and Mark Davis 17th. So I don't know. I don't know how that almost feels like an outlier that first and second reported not using it, and they still came in first and second.
Well,
I don't know what to make of that data.
I didn't watch a lot of the tournament because I
were busy
fishing, but like rumor had it that you had Banks and Drew fishing basically the same spot, and Lane was fishing the same spot. So they were obviously using that one little piece pretty good. And God, how many fish they catch off of it?
That was one day Lane had like a 7.5 pounder to like just rocket him up. I think it was day 2 because he was missing the weight. He was sitting in like 31st or something like that with like 30 minutes to go. And he just, in the last 30 minutes, just rallied, ended up coming in 24th, 25th, and just made the cut. It was awesome.
You bring up a good point with the 7.5 pounder. Does anybody know what the biggest fish caught was?
The biggest I saw was like 7-11. I don't know if I saw an 8 pounder.
I thought I saw 7-12.
I'm a little surprised that somebody didn't catch like a 9.
Yeah.
It's the time of the year, and maybe the conditions weren't perfect, but yeah.
But here's the thing, like Guntersville went kind of on the downhill slope for a few years there. Like it was still great, but it wasn't what it is. And so I almost wonder if that class of fish, that 8-9 pounders, just doesn't exist yet.
Not there yet.
Yeah. But there were several 7s. And so if you go have that same tournament there next year, same time, I'd say you run into more 8 pounders.
I agree. But another interesting stat is through day 2, I think there were less than 10 anglers that had caught a 7-pound fish. So, 20% of the field is hitting a 7-pounder at some point within the first 2 days.
Which is pretty wild.
It is pretty wild.
Because if you have that same tournament here on Kentucky Lake,
that's not happening.
100% of the field's not hitting that 7-pounder.
No way.
I mean, maybe one.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe a handful through 4 days.
No.
But
3 fish, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At very most.
3 maybe. Yeah. But overall, it was a good stage 1. It was a heck of a way to start the season off, especially like championship round, how tight the weight was. When it started the day through period 1, it wasn't. And then there at the end, it was close. Even Drew said that like when you have a guy like Jacob Wheeler right behind you, is not the greatest position to be in. So
and Jacob Walker too. Jacob Walker had a phenomenal tournament. I mean, he came in second by only 2 pounds or something like that. And his last day, like if it was a 5-fish format on that last day,
Jacob
Walker.
Is there 2?
There's a Jacob Wall and a Jacob Walker.
Oh, I think I messed it up.
Jacob Walker got second. And that last day, he had his best 5 were like 28.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's a 5-fish format, completely different story.
100%. And that begs the question, whenever they have tournaments like this, because we've seen it both ways where every fish counts and it's not like the greatest results. Like they're not catching a bunch of fish. Do you find these tournaments where you feel like they're just hammering them? These are obviously way more entertaining where you're just basically a shootout.
Yeah. Do you have the number on how many fish Drew had on the last day to get to 82 pounds?
I don't.
I'd venture to say it'd be in the 30s, probably.
I thought it was in the 20s, like 28 maybe.
High 20s.
Yeah.
How many days do you have where you catch 28 keepers in a day?
In a tournament day?
Yeah, in tournament day. Keepers.
Non-existent.
Yeah, I'm not talking big ones.
No.
Like that just doesn't happen. And so like, and I've been guilty of it before, kind of hating on that format because, you know, it's completely different than we've ever seen, what we're accustomed to. But to go out and catch that many keepers is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
really.
Absolutely.
Like there's been way more tournaments that I've weighed in 5 fish that those were the only 5 keeper bites I had.
Right.
Than days where I've caught 28 keepers in a tournament day. So for them to go out there and catch that number of keepers consistently, quite impressive.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, do the math on an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're catching one all the time.
Yeah.
What is that? Like three keepers an hour, something like that. 3.5.
It's way too early for math.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we're recording this on Tuesday morning. We're trying to get this out quick as possible.
We're fishermen. We can count to 5. And sometimes that's even questionable.
So even on championship round, let's talk a little bit more about the last day. Mark Daniels Jr. and Chris Lane both didn't report using scope. So 2 out of the 10 didn't use it. Do you want to talk about the issue with Banks Shaw and what ended up happening? Because I don't really know everything that happened.
I don't think we can really speak on it.
Yeah.
We weren't there and we don't really know.
He had some sort of malfunction that he had to change boats that last day.
Yeah.
And I believe he was using a MLF boat, but as far as the exact details, I don't really know exactly what happened.
Sure.
The fire department came.
The fire department came. Yeah. Those are about the only things that we can speak on that are facts.
Yeah.
Obviously, if that doesn't happen, this tournament changes a little bit.
Oh,
sure.
Potentially. Yeah.
I guess he missed about an hour and change of his scope period in the morning.
Yep.
I was on Smith. I know there was an early bite there at Smith, and I'm assuming there was an early bite at Guntersville. So he missed out on a lot. And not even that, like he's in his office. You take somebody out of their office and put them in somebody else's office, and it's just not the same. Like you're not comfortable. It takes a while to get used to stuff. You don't know where things are.
Yep.
And his boat is his office.
Different electronics.
Oh
and,
God. Yeah.
You get like on your forward facing, you get your settings dialed into exactly how you like it and everything. Then you got to go back and tweak it. And I mean, that's not something that you can just snap your fingers and your forward facing is set up. You know, that's something that takes a lot of tweaking and all that. So,
and you're going for 2 different manufacturers.
Exactly.
Not even the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Electronics.
But he still came in 5th.
Yep.
He still came in 5th through
with all of that.
Yeah.
That dude is scary. Good.
He's a monster.
He is scary good.
He's going to be exciting to watch for a rookie. It's always fun watching how, because it's 5 rookies that come in from the invitationals.
Yeah, I believe so. They've kind of changed it up a couple different times, 5 and 8. And
I asked because it feels like there's always changes with it, but it's always cool to see how they adapt to being in the pros and the approaches they take versus like the seasoned veterans that are in there. They're kind of not really set in their ways, but they're familiar with how things operate already.
What's crazy? So the little bit of live that I watched the first day, they were talking to Banks Shaw. He had a camera in his boat. And they're like, how's your first day on the Bass Pro Tour going? And he's like, oh, pretty good day so far. He said, but I didn't get much sleep last night because it was like 11:30. And I realized that the deadline to sign up for my college classes was at midnight. So he stayed up all night signing up for his classes because he almost didn't register for classes. I mean, that's what people don't, I guess some people probably don't realize is he's fishing at the highest level and yet he's still in college. Like he was signing up for classes the night before his first day on his new job, essentially.
Man, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the life outside of being a pro.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize that either. But yeah, that's interesting. So next one is going to be mid-February, late February, something like that.
I hadn't looked that far ahead.
Yeah, we kind of take it a day at a time.
Yeah.
I know the next one I think is a Bassmaster.
It is.
Is an Elite Series.
Elites.
So we're looking forward to that. That'll probably be the next episode.
Where's the first one for the Elites? Guntersville. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No scope.
And it's a no scope tournament. So.
Oh, it isn't. Oh, yeah. That's right. They did the heads and tails thing. Yeah. We didn't talk about that. That we should probably talk about that next episode.
That'll be a fun one. I mean, again, it'll be only better, I would say, going into February.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I don't have anything. Do you guys have anything?
I'm good. I think we covered it.
Yep.
Good job. Good job. Yeah. All around.
Great job. Hopefully our picks keep being consistent. Fingers crossed.
Hey, if I take Wheeler every time, it's going to be consistent for me.
I feel like that's a cheat code. We need to have like bans on. We need to be able to ban us picking.
You know what would be cool to factor in is like you pick that one player or that one angler.
You can never
for that
pick them
event.
again.
You can't pick them for the rest of the season. They're out. That would be pretty neat.
Do you want to do that?
I mean, we could do something like that.
We can talk about it.
No, let's do a vote. I'm for it.
Sure.
I'm for it. Yeah.
All right. So if the guys that we picked,
I don't know because
you already said you agreed.
That may have changed my picks for the first tournament if we set that up first.
Well, same.
We'll talk about it.
All right. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it the next time we talk about an MLF Bass Pro Tour.
If anybody is listening to this podcast, let us know what you want.
What are you talking about? We have millions.
Millions.
Yeah. Luke Duncan does that. He'll have like 326 people watching his live, and he's like 326,000 watching live right now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. Look forward to the next one talking about the Elite Series. Make sure you guys do all the social media stuff, like, follow, subscribe, whatever channel you're watching on, and we'll see you next time.
See you.